It's another absolutely gorgeous day here in the QC, Charlotte, North Carolina. And as always, we're so glad to see it. I do hope and pray everyone is well and that you are able to get out and enjoy this beautiful day. Getting some fresh air, some of this beautiful bright sunshine, and hopefully some exercise like I'm about to do. I do want to share a great thought the Most High put on my heart this morning, and it is, what are you glad about? What are you glad about? And I am going to read a couple of scripts. And it's Psalms 100 is my verse. It says, make a joyful noise unto the Most High, all you lands. Serve the Most High with gladness. Come before his presence with singing. Know you that the Most High, he is the Elohim. It is he that made us and not we ourselves. We are his people and the sheep of his pasture. Enter into his gates with thanksgiving and into his courts with praise. Be thankful unto him and bless his name. For the Most High is good, his mercy is everlasting, and his truth endureth to all generations. And that was the beginning of what I should say that I'm glad about. Is just having life. This is personally. I have to always keep it personal when the Most High gives me a thought. I thank him for my life, my health, and my strength, and that I'm able to continue to walk in an upright way before my Elohim, or should I say the upright way before my Elohim. And the next script he gave me was 2 Corinthians 1:3 and 4. Blessed be Yahuwah, even the Father of Yahushua HaMashiach, the Father of mercies, and the Most High of all comfort, who comforteth us in all our tribulation, that we may be able to comfort them which are in any trouble, by the comfort wherewith we ourselves are comforted by the Most High. And see, what this script is basically saying, that when we go through our hard times and our tribulations, that the Most High comforts us, we as his children. So it's up to us to comfort our loved ones, our brothers and sisters in the Most High, and also our brothers and sisters from our mothers and fathers. Our kinfolk, if you would. That reminds me of my brother and my sister. The Most High woke me up this morning and told me just to give them a shout out and let them know I was thinking about them, and I hope they had a great weekend, and I hope that they will have a great week. And my sister said, you too, likewise. Bob, you have a great week. But my brother said something that I could identify with. He said he had a very rough weekend. And I said, well, bro, I feel you. I'm in the same shoes you're in. I had a very rough week last week, like hell week that Navy SEALs go through. And see, I know my brother can identify with that because he was in the armed forces, army. Pardon me. But he takes back and he was like, we got this. Something he said, we got this, man. Something like that. And I said, I know we do. We made for this. It was just good to be able to say a word of comfort to him, with him going through and I'm going through at the same time. We have to comfort each other through these hard tribulations. Because 9 times out of 10, it has to deal with people. And we're going to keep on with Luke 10 and 20. Notwithstanding, in this rejoice not that the spirits are subject unto you, but rather rejoice because your names are written in heaven. Pardon me. And that in itself is a very good, strong script. Because we're not to be happy or too overexcited that we have dominion over these entities here on this plane, but that we're going to one day get to leave this plane and sit with the Most High, not only in the spiritual but in the physical sense, in His new heaven and new earth. And finally, my last script is Matthew 5:11. Blessed are you when people insult you, persecute you, and falsely say all kinds of evil against you because of me. Rejoice and be glad, because great is your reward in heaven. For it is the same way they persecuted the prophets who were before you. You are the salt of the earth. And see, what that tells me is we should be excited and rejoice when we are persecuted, because it lets us know that we're falling right along the same road as the prophets did. Not trying to make ourselves on their level, but we're the sons of the Most High, and we're walking the same path they are. And when we get that kickback, then we know we're on the right path, we're on the right road. And insult you and persecute you. And see, them some hard words. Them some hard words. And then folks like to try to make you look like you stupid or you wrong. But no, the Most High sits high and looks low, and He judges the men's hearts. The hearts of men, as the text says. But that's my question today. What are you glad about? I'm glad I'm going through my hard times. I'm glad I'm going through these hard knocks, because it lets me know I'm on the right path. It lets me know I'm doing the right thing. And just as the Most High told me last week, He was like, you passed the test humbly and without pride and strife. And see, that's hard to do when you're in the midst of a situation where that's all you're facing is pride and strife, because of your stance, because of your obedience to the Most High, just like the text says, for my sake, for my name's sake. Well, I'm going to get on started with my routine today. I'm not too sore this week. I got plenty of rest this weekend. I still feel a little tightness, which is normal, and I should feel it. If I didn't, something would be wrong. But we're going to have a successful week this week, most High willing. And as I said last week, I don't think we're going to up the ante on our squats yet. We're going to continue on with the 200 a day, and with the 5 miles a day, and with the 1.5 miles walking per day. And what we're going to do, most High willing, is we're going to work on our speed, on our ride only, not with our walk. Because while I'm doing the walk, I'm doing those squats. And I'm not trying to rush those. I want to make sure that's another thing I noticed the last few weeks. I need to make sure I do everyone correctly. And you too, if you're doing them with me. But all praises to the Most High. Let's get busy. And see, what's so important about this walk with the Most High is that we take each step according to His guidance. And what I mean by that is, just as Yahusha said, He don't do anything unless He hear it from the Father or see it from the Father. And see, that's how we have to start living our lives. And I know I harp on this all the time, but it has to be a lifestyle that we're only saying what the Father tells us to say and only doing what we hear and see Him do. And see, that's what I mean by each step. So it's going to be very hard to follow Him step by step, because each step is going to be one that's going to chip away at that pride. What you talking about? And this is a daily walk, and we're following Him daily. So pieces of us have to die off daily. And until we get used to that, what would I call that? That not scenario, but the program, you could say, then it's going to be harder and harder for us to continue to walk with Him, because He desires a humble and upright heart, one that says no to pride. Let's get these squats in. as I was saying in a prior recording, we should always try our best to live at peace with all men. And like I like to say, I leave the window of opportunity open. Not that I'm going to open the door all at once to everybody. But when you leave that window of opportunity open, you will be pleasantly surprised a few times out of a few. I'm not going to go as far as saying 9 times out of 10 something. But every now and again, the folks you think will give you opposition won't. And those you think won't give you opposition will. But it's all about being glad that our names are written in heaven with the Most High. And more importantly, that we sit in those heavenly places with Him all day, every day. And see, I spoke on this idea, I think it was just last week, about having a perfect heart towards the Most High. And that's how you would start walking in perfect righteousness, by keeping a perfect heart towards Him. So when He tell you to apologize, even though you know you ain't did no wrong, He knows you ain't did no wrong, but you do it anyway, that's what you call having a perfect heart towards Him. Let me get these last 50.